the moon will rise again. I hope you'll be waiting for me, my friend, up there way.
Good afternoon. This is Janice Hallman, and this is Terry Steele, no doubt, from
Good Karma Band.
Good Karma Band.
And welcome
this-
to the Compassionate Friends Show,
And
Salem chapter. Oh, this is Snooky.
this is Snooky.
Maybe you seen her sing last week, or last month.
Yes, last month. And this month, the show may be not on TV before the Compassionate Friends are hosting their 2017 annual worldwide candlelighting service. And it's at the Capitol Steps in Salem, Oregon. It starts at 6 and it ends at, the candles are lit at 7, so it's usually done between like 7, it's 7 and it's probably 7:30 by the time we're done.
What all do you do on those?
We have aluminous bags, and we put the names of our loved ones on there. And since we've lost so many friends, and I don't want to take home 15 bags, I double duty. Like I lost my oldest sister and my daughter, and then we lost Sharon. We lost my mom also, and then we lost Sharon, and then we lost my
Larry.
brother-in-law, Larry. And it's we have candles. We invite you to bring a picture of your child or whomever, your sister, your brother, whoever, and we have a table set out, and you all put your pictures out there, and we have readings and reflections, and we have music, and then we have candles that when your name, your child's name, or your dad or your brother, your sister, whoever is lost, then you hold your hand up with a lighted candle. And that's why they call it candle lighting at the Capitol Steps. And we hope that this isn't our last year, but we have possibilities due to not a lot of people in our chapter to help with the events. This may be our
Yes, sir.
last Christmas.
Might be the last one. Last.
We
candle
hope
lighting.
not, but anyway, here's a picture of it.
Cross your fingers. Some people, come on out and help support the Compassionate Friends and people that have, lost loved ones on this special night of candle lighting.
Right.
And
And and usually I put, because last month is when we lost my oldest sister, Julia, on November 1st. And then January 11th, we lost my daughter, my oldest daughter, Katrina. And then I believe it was April, Sharon lost her husband. And July, we lost my mother. And in September, Ellis lost his youngest stepson. Reno is what we call him.
yeah.
But his real name's Steve. But they called him Reno. And that was just 1 year, not counting the dog, Mom and Ellis's dog.
Yeah, I'm cutting the dogs.
So it was a rough year that year. However, it's important to remember and to let them know that they're okay. We talk about them in our group on their birthdays and death days, so we can bring cookies or whatever their favorite thing is, or to do something, and people look at us like we're crazy. But
Pecan pie!
yeah, that'll have to be something we'll have to do. And it's just a way to remember them with happiness, because after your first grief period is gone, as time goes on, it gets easier, but it doesn't ever go away,
It
and it
never
won't
goes
ever
away.
go away. It won't ever go away.
Just
But-
how you deal with it.
It's how you deal with it. But the reason that I started this show, and Terry, my nephews, helped me because I didn't want to have to do it by myself, is because you need that. You need someone that cares. When it happens to somebody, they're in shock. They don't know how to deal with it. They don't know what they're doing. And when it happened to me, my sister Sharon called me every day for, I think, at least 6 to 7 months after it happened. She called me every day and talked to me for like half an hour to an hour. And then later on, when things happened and she lost her son in April of 2009, it broke my heart, because you don't want your family to suffer. You don't want them to go through it. And one of the things we say at our meeting is, we're glad you're here. We're sorry why you came here to get help with your grief, because everybody grieves different. Everyone. Some people cry. Some people meditate. Some people are just not comfortable, mad, angry, and mad, and that's all.
Okay.
Honest, open feelings, and
Yeah.
that's okay to have those. And how I got through it that year was looking and remembering past Christmases that we taped at my mom's, because we always went to my mom's house on Christmas Eve, and all the kids and all the nieces and all the nephews and everybody was there. One or 2 years Sharon was there, but most of the time Sharon wasn't able to come out. But to have all those memories, that's how you get through it, is remembering those memories. And I was told at my first meeting to find a movie that made me laugh. And I did not find it until it took me almost 8 to 9 to 10 months till I found a copy of a video of one of our Christmas Eves at my mom's house. And I sat there and I laughed and I laughed and I laughed. And somebody walked by and said, half of those people aren't here now, but they're not. They're here. They live inside your heart. So they are here. They're always with us. Always.
That's what I do sometimes to get, quit thinking about the bad thoughts, and is to watch a movie that used to be one of my dad's favorites, or something like that.
Yes.
There's so many of them, and
Yes.
some of them are so funny. Like one of them first is Mars Attack. And it's got a lot of big stars in it, and but it's just, it's real kind of corny, but it's funny.
Yeah.
And so I'm like all smiles, all the way through the thing, and so by the time the movie's over, I'm like,
Yeah.
oh yeah.
Well, I got to copy some of the tapes from Christmases,
Mm-hmm.
and from your brother Brian,
Yeah.
that was driving Grandma in.
PPV.
No, when we went to California, and we
Oh.
went to the Mickey Mouse
Oh,
place.
you went to Disneyland.
We went to
yeah, I
Disneyland.
didn't go.
He didn't go, but I was watching. I was taping it, and one time we were down there, and Mom and Jeanette were talking. Oh, we lost our tape. We lost our tape. Well, I was sitting going through tapes and found it, and I was sitting there laughing because Brian was going, and poor Grandma was older, but
Oh, those little cars.
he was driving. Yeah, the car. They started out, and he kept bumping everybody, and Ellis was riding with him, and he said, "Stop!" But Brian didn't. But Mom laughed about it, and I thought it was pretty funny, and I
That's
was
funny.
laughing when I was watching it.
That's
so,
a good one. Yeah,
so
I'll have to go back
those
and watch
memories
that.
those memories are good, and,
Yeah.
and there's a lot of them,
Good memories help.
and it does help.
Is it time for a poem?
It's time for a poem.
Looks like you got quite a few there.
I just have two. It said, "It's Okay to Grieve," and it's by Patricia Luffy Nevitt from the TCS unit in Austin, Texas. And it says, "It's okay to grieve. The death of a child is a reluctant and drastic amputation without anesthesia. The death pain cannot be described, and no scale can measure the loss. We despise the truth that the death cannot be reversed, and somehow our dear one returned. Such hurt. It's okay to grieve. It's okay to cry. Tears release the flood of sorrow, of missing, and of love. Tears relieve the brute force of hurting, enabling us to level off and continue our cruise along the stream of life. It's okay to cry. It's okay to heal. We do not need to prove we love our child. As the months pass, we are slowly able to move around with less outward grieving each day. We need not feel guilty, for this is not an indication that we love less. It does mean that, although we don't like it, we are learning to accept death. It's a healthy sign of healing. It's okay to heal. It's okay to laugh. Laughter is not a sign of less grief. Laughter is not a sign of less love. It's a sign that many of our thoughts and memories are happy ones. It's a sign that we know our dear one would have us laugh. It's okay to laugh.
Agreed. Great poem.
And because I've now lost two of my sisters, this is for sisters and best friends.
Ooh.
God sent us to be sisters so we can be best of friends, to be there for one another even when there is pain. We thank the Lord for sending our sisters to us, for whom we truly love and care. We shared so many things together, like laughter and some scares, but having you as our sister meant more to us, more than you'll ever know. A sister is a blessing who fills your heart with love. She flies with you in life with the beauty of a dove. Now she flies with angels who have gone before in the heavens above. So will our love for you will be in our hearts forever.
Nice.
And that reminds me of a very funny story.
Okay.
When my sister Sharon, on her 67th birthday, No Doubt and Sean from the Good Karma Band came down and did a special birthday show for my sister Sharon.
It was a lot of fun.
And when they all left to go party and have food, and Sharon and I were stuck back at the nursing home, Sharon said that was the best birthday that she'd ever had, and it was awesome. There were quite a few people
She's
there.
had some pretty extravagant birthdays too, let me tell you. That woman, yeah.
But
So
I
that
mean,
was a big thing for her to say that.
And then they had a little sign that said, you know, she's our birthday girl. And so Sharon and I, and she goes, "I wish I could go to the party after." And I said, "I wished I could take you," but she wasn't allowed at that time. She wasn't allowed out of the nursing facility.
Yeah.
But she was funny, and there was laugh. I think her cake was like the shape of a hamburger, and I thought that was kind of interesting that it was the shape of a hamburger. But that's what her cake was.
Well, I think one of my favorite parts was because we just basically stood up, you know, like we did at a lot of our small personal gigs. Like we did some celebrations for life for people that have lost their loved ones, and that's why Good Karma Band and Compassionate Friends, like, you know, good handshake. It's a song called "Creep" by I can't remember the name of the band, but anyway, people get kick me for that.
No.
But my favorite part was playing that song for her because, like I said, we played just bass and guitar acoustic set for them, Sean and I, and we played "Creep," and it was like she had gone off to smoke a cigarette.
Yeah.
And so we just followed her. So it was like a mariachi band, you know. We were like right on her, and she just loved it. That was so much. But I think that was the most funnest time. And we rarely ever do covers, so.
Right.
And but that was awesome. So I can see her saying that, you know. But and also talking about Good Karma Band.
And I think the month of May, I'm just gonna repeat that show because I think that's what it should be.
Oh, okay.
On that, because that's what I think of. It makes you laugh. It was,
Yeah, it makes
was
you
a
laugh.
fun time.
Yeah, it does.
And there was quite a few people.
Cool. So, anyways, like I said, hopefully we'll be getting. We got the 4 walls up for the new GKB Studio D in Drain, and just give you a little update on that. As we haven't been doing much. I've been doing a stream on Ustream once a month, doing some DJ partying. Like I said, I had my 5th year with Good Karma Band back in September, and so I had a GKB party, and then we had a Halloween party. And you can find all that on YouTube. It's on there, and but make sure you update your Flash players because mine is having a hard time watching it. So give us feedback on Good Karma Band Facebook and let us know how our Ustream channel's doing. And anyways, did you have something else that you wanted to read? The Compassionate Friends motto?
Oh yes, I can do it. I can find it. Where did you say it was?
In the book on the
It's
front
in the
page,
book, in the front page.
isn't it? Anyways,
Okay, we need not walk alone. We are the Compassionate Friends. The Compassionate Friends is a nonprofit, not sectarian, mutual assistant, self-help organization offering friendship and understanding to bereaved parents, siblings, and extended family members. Our primary purpose is to assist the bereaved in the positive result of the grief experienced upon the death of a child and to support their efforts to achieve physical and emotional health. We are all volunteers, bereaved parents ourselves, and we offer a safe and open environment for everyone to share stories of their child and discuss the many new experiences we encounter as we learn to live out new life without our loved one. Grief is a lifelong journey. Not every step you take will move you forward. Please accept our hands offered in kindness and caring. We need not walk alone. And that's one of the reasons that I started this show, was that I wanted somebody out there because I just happened, just by a fluke, to find the group that helped me through my grief when I lost my child. And I just want there to be out there when people lose loved ones, they feel a loss, they feel alone, they feel they have no one. But there is a group that meets the third Tuesday of every month in the Salem Hospital in the Diabetic Kitchen, but as of January will be on the 2nd floor and the first room after you walk out of the elevator up in the 2nd door. The first room on the left will be upstairs. The hospital usually has a reader board and it will tell you when. But we always have people there. Sometimes maybe only 1 or 2 show up, but I went there and I saw people in the kitchen and I didn't go inside to go up the room to find out where the people were. So I missed a couple of meetings not paying attention to myself. And I'm sorry to say that, but yeah,
once in a while.
that's the way it goes. So anyway, we're going to this will be our last show for this year. And next year we'll start anew. And we hope that you all have a Merry Christmas.
Yes, Merry Christmas.
And we hope that even though the holidays are very hard to celebrate because you miss your loved ones so much, but there's
Get out there, get seen.
Yeah, there's more to do. So anyway, we want to wish you a Merry Christmas
Merry Christmas.
And a Happy New
And a
Year.
Happy New Year, yeah.
And we'll see you next year.
Bye.
Okay. I'm going to let you go and then you're going to sing. So do
Just
it out.
let her just sit there.
Oh.
Don't try and hold her up in the air or she won't sing.
Oh,
Okay.
I know, I wish I would have brought it, Terry.
Oh, guess what I lost? Well, you can't start. You'll just have to edit this part. I don't know what I did with my pick. I had it sitting on what I had sitting right here.
Did it fall in your chair?
All right. Compassionate Friends Show, episode 29. Music part. Take one.
Okay.
This little song I wrote. And it's for Lulu and Apple Bottom. That's your mommy and your sister. Well, I hope you could hear that. We didn't have her mic'd in, but anyways, want to thank you all. Hope you had a great year, and remember, the Compassionate Friends and Good Karma Band are here for you anytime. So, with that, we'll finish it off. Where's Sean when I need him? We want to thank you for tuning in on the Compassionate Friends. I hope we did alright. I'm sure we did. Till next year, whoa. Till next year, whoa. Want to thank the Compassionate Friends for helping everybody and being there when really people really need them. So, till next year, whoa. Till next year, whoa. You have anything you want to say?
Till next year.
Till next year, what?
Next year when we see you next year.
Yeah, see you next year. Till next year, whoa. Just remember, I'm a bass player. Till next, whoa, next year. Till next year. Till next year.
Bye.
Bye.
The moon will rise again. I hope you'll be waiting for me, my friend. Up there, way high in the sky, I can see you with my eye. Oh. We want